Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm Mike Stewart, and here we are at MikeStewart.live. So glad to be here. I'm waiting. Hopefully, some folks are going to be getting their seats, and we can have some good Q&A today. I don't have a guest today. I wanted to talk about some of my own case study examples of things that I'm doing with audio and video in a couple of businesses, and I want to document those things, and I want to share with you that if you make the commitment to create content online and you make the commitment to do something regularly, it holds you accountable. It's really, I am guilty of procrastinating. It's one thing to know how to do something. It's another thing to want to learn how to do something. And it's another thing to make the commitment to do it regularly. There's a lot of things that applies to, but the health of your business and the health of your mind and everything, makes a commitment to sticking to a program and being held accountable. That's why having a coach, having a mentor holds you accountable. Going live for me holds me accountable to one of the probably the most important things that I'm doing these days for my business, which is content marketing. So, I don't know if you're on my MikeStewart.live website, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, but one of the things that I'm doing and I'm teaching in .live Secrets, which, by the way, I'll bring up our sponsor here. This show is brought to you by .livesecrets.com. Go live, repurpose, and archive, the ultimate content marketing solution. Well, it's not only do I teach it, do I recommend it to my coaching clients, to my business owner colleagues, but I do it myself because it's that important. This day and age, we hear about SEO or search engine marketing or search engine optimization. And there's been some evidence that it's really, really hard to get ranked in the search engines for certain keywords that bring you customers. And it's a cat and mouse game. I wish SEO was doing better than it, but we've seen. In fact, there was a report I read recently that SEO is 50% of what it was 10 years ago. It doesn't mean it's gone away. It just means that there are two other ways to get found online and build relationships of know, like, and trust. And one of those is paid advertising, which I'm a huge supporter of, a big fan of paid advertising. That's called search engine marketing, Google AdWords, Facebook ads, Twitter ads. I mean, there's all kinds of folks out there that recommend ways that you can get people to your content and your websites. But content marketing is the commitment to make good content, do it. And one of the ways that I'm doing it is by going live and then repurposing that content. So let me pull up a slide that I've built here and kind of just go through what's going on with me these days. And I'm going to pull up my slideshow over here. It's over on this monitor. I got to bring it down to this monitor. This way I can share it with you. There we go. And I'm going to get over here and I'll bring up my slides. So one of the things I'm going to want to talk about today is how my live streams, like MikeStewart.live, I've got 2 live streams that I do, and one is in a vertical of pest control. And I'm going to share with you things that we're doing with audio and video and marketing and content marketing. My good friend Jeff Herring is the content guy. He's the guy who has templates because people struggle with what content to make. One of the things about going live, I have to think about, okay, I got 2 weeks to think about what the next show is. What guest am I going to have? And I'll be honest with you, I was wanting a guest for today that couldn't make it. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go solo today and talk about what I'm doing with content marketing. So number one, if you've never seen Gary Vaynerchuk's content marketing pyramid, you should look at that. It's free on the internet. Just Google Gary Vaynerchuk content marketing process, and you'll see that this is a slideshow, about 80 slides of the massive amounts of content marketing that he does in his business. So I don't have near the energy he does. He's half my age, and he's just a powerhouse of energy. But he made a comment one time. He said, I should be doing 1,000 pieces of content a day. 1,000 pieces of content a day. 7,000 a month, 28,000 pieces of content a month. Now, he has a huge team that helps him make that reality. He says that's what he wishes he was doing 5,000 pieces of content a day, which I think is pretty unrealistic. I am committing to 2 major pieces of what's called pillar content. What you're witnessing right now is my pillar content. What you're witnessing right now is me making a commitment that on the 2nd and 4th Monday of the month, I'm going to try to deliver some really good content. And then the marketing strategy is I'm building content that lives on the internet forever and can be repurposed. In fact, the slogan I have here is I'm going live, then I repurpose that content, and then it's archived on the internet forever. And it has links back to all the things that are my business. So my pillar content and your pillar content with audio and video, the easiest way to make content is just talk to people, just like I'm talking to you. And I see people are coming in here. I look forward to maybe taking some live questions here at the end. But at the end of the day, you can see that's what this is based on. Now, I wanted to share with you my 2 live streams that I'm doing going live, repurposing, and I am archiving. And how do I archive this content? YouTube video, Facebook video. I strip out the audio. It becomes my podcast. I transcribe it. It becomes a blog post, and then you can chop it up, as Gary says, into micro pieces of content. So in other words, you can take one thing that takes you, I average 20 to 30 minutes by myself. When I have a guest, it seems like we get into all kinds of tangents, and the next thing you know, an hour's gone by. But the thing is, going live makes me make this pillar content, and I do it here. And in fact, I invite you. We did a show earlier this morning for the pest control industry. This is a live stream just for a vertical, an essential business. I mean, it doesn't matter what the vertical is: real estate, hair care, health, whatever business, whatever passion you have. You could do a live stream about your passion, and then of course point people back to the things that make you money, whether it's a coach or performance or you name it. But we do it in the pet. Our audience for Pest Control Marketing.live could be anyone, because if you just put your business in place where we say pest control, it would apply to you because they're direct response marketing principles. But when you're talking to people in your niche, one of the things about my partner, Hal Coleman, he was a pest control owner, so they really relate to him. And I get to share that trust and likability because I've partnered with somebody who is really a pest control guy. I mean, I could do this in real estate, but I'm not a real estate guy. I don't know the real estate business, not like a real estate person would, or on and on and on. So anyway, the point is when I do a live stream with a partner like this, it holds me accountable. It's like I know I've got to make a commitment to make the pillar content. And I wanted to show you the case study. So like I said, I have 2 pillar contents that I've committed to. I could do more, but in fact, I just saw Pat Flynn, who is one of the top podcasters in the world, just put out an email that he has gone live every day since the start of the pandemic. 200 live videos. That's the kind of commitment some of the rock stars of content marketing do. And I'll be the first to admit, I don't want to do that much, but I tell you what I'm doing is working, and it's better than doing nothing. So anyway, those are my 2 live streams. And in fact, that's why I got the URLs .live. I want to make those my channels. It's really easy to remember. I mean, pestcontrolmarketing.live, MikeStewart.live. One of the reasons I put my live stream on MikeStewart.live is there's a lot of well-known Mike Stewarts in the world. Right here in Nashville, there's a congressman, Mike Stewart, and you Google Mike Stewart here in Nashville, all of his stuff comes up. You Google Mike Stewart on Google worldwide, a body surfer, famous board guy from California comes up named Mike Stewart. So I want my folks to know how to find me. That's why I dominate live streaming for Mike Stewart. That's why MikeStewart.live is all about me. It's not, I get this question all the time. Do you have to use a .live? Absolutely not. But what you can't control is when somebody hears something and what they remember. I hope that everybody hears this, that knows that if you want to get to my content that I am archiving on the internet, all you got to remember is 4 words: MikeStewart.live. Those 4 words, and I dominate the search engines with content marketing. So how does live streams make us money? Well, what we do at really both of our websites, I've already had evidence of this, and I really haven't been doing this since I think June. Really since the pandemic hit, that I got serious and I said, "Oh my gosh, you know how to podcast, Mike. You know how to do YouTube videos. You know all these things, but you're procrastinating. You're not doing what you teach others to do." I did a lot of things, video sales letters, and we had been doing a podcast for the last 3 years in pest control, and it's been making us money because it's building a know, like, trust factor with our audience. And in fact, I have to give credit to my partner, Hal Coleman. For years, he says, "Mike, we need to do a TV show, an online TV show." And I said, "Well, the technology is, you can do Zoom, but you really need to do a live stream on the social media sites, and you need to do it to YouTube." And I said, "There's a piece of software called OBS." And I said, "It's just really just not, it's not very friendly. And I don't want to do it on Zoom because Zoom is meeting software." Well, when Join StreamYard came along, that's what I'm using now. That's what changed everything this year. And so hence why we're doing our live stream that way, and we started making it. But what I really discovered about it was the repurposing opportunity. In other words, once I get done with this piece of content, my podcast is done, my blog is done, my social media is posted. I mean, I do one act and I'm getting all this repurposing of content marketing. And then I get also this opportunity to know it lives on the internet for many years to come. I archive everything at our websites. If people can remember the 4 words, pestcontrolmarketing.live, that's 5 words, or mikestewart.live, or they Google it, or they can go to the URL, that content is archived there. And so they can binge listen, binge watch in all of these multiple places. So anyway, our content is making relationships with our target market. And of course, we're surrounding our websites with links and backlinks to the things that make us money, like our coaching programs, our membership sites, our downloadable programs. And one of my passions, you can see here, I have musical instruments here. My passion, I'm selling marketing music, what I call SERP term jingles, to the pest control industry, and it's working. And they're using these jingles in their podcast. Everything is cross-pollinated, and it's all because of getting a relationship built online while I'm doing other things. Now, let me tell you how we're building our audience. And this is something that you can do, but this is working for the pest control. I need to do it for my own business. I haven't started doing this, but we are buying advertising, very cheap advertising, to give away a free book called How to Grow Your Pest Control Business. So in other words, you should write a book, how to grow whatever business you consult or whatever business you do, and give it away. We did a program this morning on Pest Control Marketing Live about the power of giving things away free and the power of reciprocity. When you give away something of value to somebody, that's called a freemium. And people are more apt to do business with people that were willing to give something first without any expectation. The reason I'm doing this content and giving it away free is because it's the right thing to do. But in some of my networking groups, they actually have a slogan, givers get, meaning that, when you're willing to give away enough information to build a relationship, a percentage of the people will come back to you and do business. So in other words, be willing to build a relationship by giving something away free. So we are paying advertising to get people to download our free book, and then that gets them in our email list, which we broadcast to them every time we do an episode. Hey, we're going live, don't miss it. And it's building our audience, and it's doing the same thing. A lot of you here may be here because I emailed. Some of you may be subscribed to my YouTube channel. Some of you may follow me on Facebook. I see people are here live now, but there's a lot more that could come. But it's not just about going live. It's about the fact that people can subscribe to it, listen to it on demand. It's the binge watching, binge listening phenomenon of the internet. Netflix and all those places have proven that. So let me get my mouse down here. So just to show you, look at all the free books that we've given away in just the last 10 days. Those are people getting in our funnel, all from a free book that works on autopilot. There's no work here involved. It's just set up, and we know that these are targeted prospects that we want to build a relationship. We haven't tried to sell them anything. We just now have identified them, and we get them to go to our live stream, subscribe to our YouTube channel, get in our Facebook group, all of those things to build that relationship. And of course, we email that list to watch us live. You, just like I email you, I've got an email list that I've built over years. We're not trying to sell anything. All we're trying to do is create great content that people will get value from, and we know a percentage of those people will reach out, because we do make it easy for you to reach out to us and do business with you. And that's the lesson here. Then in the live stream, which becomes our podcast, which becomes our YouTube videos, becomes a Facebook post. And this is all instantly. When I turn this system off, I'm 10 minutes from the podcast posting. It takes me another 5 minutes to transcribe it at otter.ai. The YouTube video is already posted. It's already configured. The Facebook post is already there. And then we're linking back to the things. By the way, the only sponsor on our shows are us. I don't try to get outside sponsors. The only sponsor for my show or for the pest control show are the things that make us money. And so that's a good segue for me right now. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Life Secrets, go live, repurpose, archive. Life Secrets.
Life Secrets is here, and I am more excited about this training than any offer I have made in years. Content marketing is the way you build visitor traffic to your online business offer. Some say the only organic SEO left. When you make the commitment to create a regularly scheduled live show, repurpose that show as a YouTube video, podcast on Apple and Spotify, as a Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn post, and transcribe that audio into text for articles and memes, it is the fastest, easiest way to do content marketing and have audience engagement. My course has 3 offers: do it yourself, done for you, and a financed SERP term jingle bundle. I believe in this so much, I made the commitment to go live, repurpose, and archive myself. So go to .livesecrets.com and you can start going live, repurpose, and archive yourself.
Life Secrets, go live, repurpose, archive. Life Secrets.
All right. My monitor here made a mistake, so that's the danger of going live. So, any rate, let's pick out where we were. Now, I just want to show you text messages from this week to show you that, guys, that this is social proof. This is real. This was a text that I got. My name is Josh, and I've been listening to your podcast for a few weeks now. I'm starting a new pest control company in New Jersey, and you can see there on and on. I have acquired them. Let's see what this is. I just need guidance through the process. You seem like a good fit. Let me know. I'm available. And in fact, what he was saying here was, there was no selling. There was absolutely no selling. This is just because I gave the ability to connect with me. And when I talked to this young man, Josh, he admitted to me that he binge listened to 40 of our podcasts. And then here's another one that's happened the other day. When are you available to help me set up my website? Thanks, John. So I'm just telling you that content marketing is working for you while you're doing other things. It's real. And of course, this is something else that was kind of exciting just this week. One of the businesses that I do is I produce and manage podcasts for business clients. In fact, what you just heard a moment ago was my SERP term jingle. A SERP term jingle is my terms that I'm number one in Google for. Live Secrets brings up Live Secrets, Mike Stewart Live, all of those things that you're hearing. I'm trying to build and establish in my audio. But we started doing the Faith Pest Control podcast with a pest control agency in North Georgia. And I got a text actually this week. I just sold a $1,400 termite job specifically as a result of our podcast about treating termites. I just thought you'd like to know that. I wanted to show you that sometimes you feel like, am I doing this for nothing? But, I can tell you from consistently doing it, the first time I did it, I didn't have live listeners. And I can see now I've got a lot more. Thank you, folks. This is the biggest attended show I've had to date. And that means the Q&A will even be more fun. And one of the things it's all about, binge watch this, go back and watch it again, share it with your friends. It becomes social media. People ask me all the time, what can I do about my social media? And I'm saying, are you making media worth being social? Social media just means content that's being shared. And most of the time, that content is not constructive content. This is constructive, positive content designed to help people, whether we do business or not. And then as a business owner, that a percentage of the people can and will do business with you if your intention, if what you teach is real. And I just wanted to share with you that content marketing with my concept here is holding me accountable and making me do what I need to do. And then, of course, one of the last things I want to mention about my passion about podcasting, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a live stream, going to turn it into a podcast. This was huge. When Amazon said, we want your podcast. I got an email because I had a podcast for pest control and for myself, and I was in Google and I was in Apple. And so the question you got to ask yourself, if you're not podcasting, if you're not content marketing, if you're not doing some sort of strategy to hold you accountable to do something on a regular basis, and 3 of the largest tech successes ever on board are wanting podcasts. I'm in Google, I'm in Apple, I'm in Amazon. You should be too. So here's kind of the wrap up of that, and then we'll take some questions here. My pest business and my Mike Stewart business. So those are 2 businesses of mine, and both of them are growing, even in spite of the crazy times we're in, even in spite of the pandemic, because unfortunately, there's some businesses out there that are suffering, and we got to do everything we can to help people. So that's why I figure giving away lots of great free content is a good thing to do. But at the same time, work with businesses that are essential businesses like pest control and marketing and online marketing. Learn from the big tech guys. So here's the formula for building content marketing using podcasting, blogging, and YouTube live streaming and Facebook Live. Go live at a regular time, like me. I committed to twice a month, second and fourth Monday of the month. I want to make people be aware of that's the regular time. I'm going to do my best to never miss a second and fourth Monday of the month. Now, why didn't I commit to more? Because I've got a lot of other things I'm doing that I'm passionate about, and I didn't want to make a commitment I couldn't keep. So it's better to do it once a month than to never do it. It's better to do it twice a month than once a month. I was talking to my good friend in one of our shows previously, which you ought to go back and listen to some of these other shows. Tom Antion was great. I'm going to have Tom back again. He said he does 3 podcasts a week. This is a guy who poo-pooed on podcasting and now can trace all kinds of new business. He's up to episode like 250 in 3 years, and I'm ashamed to admit I'm only at about episode 7 here with this podcast. But you know what? At the end of the year, I'm going to have a whole lot more podcasts. 2 a month means that's 24 podcasts that I'll have done by the end of the year. Now let's see here. I've got pull it back to the camera here. So any rate, and then let me put that slide back up there. This little monitor made a little mistake here. I'll bring it back. It must have a timer on it that makes it shut down for no reason. All right, here we go. So, and then I'll make it bigger here so you can see it. Sorry for those folks on the podcast that can't see it. All the more reason to go to mikestewart.live and watch the podcast, but you can listen to it in the car. Anyway, so I take that on. After we get that done, the only advertiser in my content is me. I'm an advocate of SERP term jingles. SERP term jingles is when you sing the words that help you get found in Google. We've been doing that with all kinds of businesses. I take my audio from this live stream and I instantly, because the StreamYard can download it, I don't even have to strip it. It's already built. I transcribe it at otter.ai and it becomes a blog post. And then I promote and distribute it on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Spotify, and I do it again and again and again from now on. So the main thing is, now let's go look at, we've gotten some questions over here. I'm going to go ahead and take questions here for the last few minutes. And let's see what some folks have to say here. Well, lots of nice comments like, thank you, my good friend Michael Creasa, the real estate guru of Canada. Another good Canadian friends. Good to see you, sir, Martin Wales. Oh, this man, yes, it is a nice shirt, Sean. Sean made my shirt here for me. Always be promoting. That's what you should be doing. And let's see. Okay, Tom says, write a book. Great idea. The reciprocal approach, which helps them too. Well, good. My good friend David Kavanaugh. Hey, good to see you here, sir. We're getting a lot of kudos here. Let's see. How many subscribers do you need to live stream on YouTube? 0. You just open a YouTube account and start building subscribers. I'll be the first to admit. In fact, share my channel with folks. Get people to subscribe to me. Start a YouTube channel today. Practice with your YouTube. Go to joinstreamyard.com. And let me put that link up here in the banners. You want to go to joinstreamyard.com. And I'll put that URL up here. Joinstreamyard.com. And you can get a free account and start practicing. You want to upgrade but it's $25 a month to do all this magic. This is what I teach. This is what I use. And, you start even if there's nobody listening, nobody watching. So that's one of the things. And then, of course, I'm going to put up my URL here that, I want you to go visit because that has all the links to my advertisers. Let's see. All right, Megan, how do you go live on YouTube? Well, yes, you have to have a YouTube channel. But if you've got a Gmail account, a Google account, you've got a YouTube channel. You just don't want to ignore it. There's a lot of settings to your YouTube channel that are important. You want to have link backs. You want to, we could spend. In fact, I've got a great live show on MikeStewart.live with Ray Lane that talks all about how the configuration and the things that you don't want to ignore about YouTube. So, Megan, you want to do that. Megan says, how do you transcribe my audio? Well, there's lots of ways to do it. I mean, I've actually seen people teach transcription for free with YouTube, but you can do it for free at Otter, just like the little critter, otter.ai transcription. You can get a free account right now at otter.ai. That's what I use. And I'm going to put that, I'll put that link up there here so that you can see it. Otter.ai, typing it. That's for artificial intelligence. That's the website that I just upload my MP3 right. StreamYard makes the MP3. I instantly go over there. I hit upload. I come back. It's transcribed. And it's 99% accurate. And sometimes I just leave in some of the typos because I want people reading the typos and telling me, hey, there's a typo on your website. That way I know they've been to my site where my advertisers are. So anyway, that's what I use. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. I totally believe that. And I want others doing that. That's a great, I'm going to steal that. Information builds respect. Well, we were talking about it this morning with my partner, Hal. When you give away yourself free, it just tells the world, the universe that, to bring good things back to you. So givers get, It's the principle of tithing. There's a great book my wife always tells me that I need to read, The Richest Man in Babylon, and I should read it again. But it's all about having good intentions and trying to help others and all those good things. So let's see here. Let me pull up some other things. Let's see if there's other questions here. So if you need domains and hosting, don't forget domains you control. That's another one of my things. But let's see in the questions here, because I don't want to go too long. We're almost at 30-minute mark here. Anybody else? Good morning, Lynn. Glad you're here. Let's see. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. All right, let me see what Tom, you may have to clarify this. So you get their email each time. Yeah, I mean, the only way we give away our free book is we ask for a name and an email and nothing more. And then that builds our list. And so we're buying very cheap targeted ads to give away a book to get an email address, which is valuable. And then we keep giving away to them our free podcast, our free live stream. And of course, we're accomplishing all of these goals. We're giving away free content, valuable. I hope you felt that this morning had value. I didn't do this just to try to be selling something. Obviously, we're in business to sell things, but the whole purpose is I want to build the relationship of trust first. I want people to know, like, and trust me. And it's a numbers game. There's a lot of people on this planet, and everybody has the internet, and you can reach them all. So what you want to do is create content that, whether people do business with you or not, is good content. If all you do is create something that says, brag, 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 buy from me. Brag, 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 buy from me. There's a lot of people that do that. I'm not bragging about anything. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, and I'm archiving it. And this video will live for years to come. We had a situation yesterday. I'm involved with a great group out of Australia. I used to speak at their seminars, and it was called the World Internet Summit. And it's called Click Seminars. In fact, I'm doing it all week this week. I am the StreamYard host for them because I learned how to manipulate the software pretty well, and they think I have a personality that fits. So I call myself. Most of the folks in Australia don't know what I mean by that, but you guys in the U.S., I'm the Ed McMahon of Click Seminars.live. And we had a wonderful guest speaker yesterday that was supposed to join us. Alicia Little. Alicia, in fact, I want to have Alicia on the program sometime. I need to have some of you guys here today on the program, but I got a lot of programs to do, so there'll be a slot for everybody. But Alicia's power was out in Atlanta because of the hurricane, and we had to think quick, and we figured out how to play a recording from the last time, and people didn't know that it wasn't live. I mean, it was we had 10 minutes to figure out how to cover our rears. That's the thing about live television. You have to think fast on your feet. And when something goes wrong, you got to go, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix it? Going live has its, it takes practice. You have to get used to looking at the camera, talking on the microphone. And not only are you the talent, not only you're the content, but you're also the director. You're the guy who's changing everything. So let's see if we have any other questions here. Thank you. I love people making wonderful, Barry, thank you. Ken says he has my background music. Well, that's awesome. You see, I turn my passion. You can see here in my studio, and I'll show it. Sorry for the podcasters, but I'm all about making music. That's why I moved to Nashville, Tennessee. I'm involved with a lot of music projects because that's my passion, and I turned my passion into making money. So, I've turned it into a business. Ken, I don't like to hard sell myself. I want to build a relationship of trust, and then you make the decision. Is what he said and what he brought as content to me, would that apply to me? Would that help me? And so at any rate, let's see here. Hi, Pamela. Miss you guys. I'm glad to be on Facebook. One of the things I love about this system is I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on MikeStewart.live. As Gary Vaynerchuk says, be everywhere. And Who said this? Um, I love this, Lynn. Yes, it's the law of reciprocity. In other words, when you put good things out into the world, uh, it is a physical law that good things should come back. And so I'm a firm believer in that. So let's see if there's any other questions here because I don't want to miss any. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you. Everybody's making great comments. I love this. Look at that. We love your music. That's what you're supposed to do, Lynn. That. I love that feedback, and I need to make some more. If there's no other questions, we'll probably wind it down here. I like this comment. Technology is so that a motivation over 50 can learn to do something new. Yeah, well, I am definitely over 50, Ken. I love learning new things. I am the old, I'm the old dog, but I love new tricks. And I love music, and I love my family. Boy, I got the cutest grandkids in the world. Golly, I love them. And but I don't love negativity, and I don't love problems. I like solving problems, and I'm passionate about what a webcam and a microphone and music can do for people's lives, and that's why I'm doing Mike Stewart Live. So, more importantly, if this is your last, Tom, you know a lot, but for you to say you learned a couple of things, that was the purpose of today's episode. And thank you, Pamela. Yeah, I'll tell Susan. Susan's on the road. She's been with the grandkids all weekend. So we're probably getting off a little bit subject. This is your last call for some questions, but great interactivity. This is what energizes a show, is having, people come live and interact with you. And I, to see real human beings in the world say you give great information and value, that motivates you to want to do it again. I was almost at first doing these live things, dreading them. Now I look forward to them. I start thinking about, what am I going to do next? How can I make it better? What went wrong? How can I make this thing live, for a long time and help a lot of people? And then, of course, at the end of the day, this is all about let's being able to take care of our families and thrive and survive in the crazy world we live in. So, 37 minutes. I probably, you're more than welcome, Lynn. Thanks for all the great comments. We'll be back in 2 weeks. If you have a chance, you ought to check out clickseminars.live. Another one of my friends in Concept, having some great speakers. Yesterday, we actually had the great Jack Canfield of Chicken Soup for the Soul as one of our presenters, and he had an awesome presentation. Alicia Little, Armin Morin is this Friday. So, okay, well, here's a good question. How pricey is StreamYard? Michael, StreamYard is free to practice and learn at first, and then I have the $25 a month account. I pay $200 something a year, unlimited live streams. My gosh, it's probably one of the best values I've ever seen for doing all this stuff. And of course, I teach everything how I do that in Live Secrets. So check out, but my affiliate link is joinstreamyard.com. It doesn't cost you anything, but me referring you to StreamYard, if you go to joinstreamyard.com, it lets them know that I referred you. And if you ever thought about doing a podcast, check out doneforyoupodcastservice.com. That's something that I'm doing for pest control agencies. I'm doing it for all kinds of businesses, and going to have a lot of folks that are getting content marketing in place. So great questions today. Thanks, guys, for being here. And in 2 weeks, we'll have another show. Tell your friends. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the email. Don't unsubscribe from the email, because I promise I won't send you a lot of emails. I'll just only send you emails when I think they're important. And have a great day. We'll see you next time.